Hello friends, my name is Emile and welcome back to another edition of the Hot Lap Classic. This time we're taking a look at the 2000 Tommykaira ZZ2. This car was requested by LRC. Yeah, this one pretty interesting. Last time we had a mid-engined rear-wheel drive race car from the past. This time we have a mid-engined rear-wheel drive race car from the future. In the ZZ2. Pretty crazy car, mid-engined rear-wheel drive, 588 horsepower, 1020 kilos of weight, decent amount of torque. This one being a firm favourite among the Gran Turismo crowd, and would later evolve into a four-wheel drive, not race car thing. Anyways, to find out how quick it really is, it's going to get 6 laps of the Motorsports Land track to set the best of it possibly can. Current leader is a Suzuki Scudo Pikes Peak Edition, that's at 27.710. The Tommykaira ZZ2 unlikely to beat that. This car really could go anywhere. Its target could be anything from the NSX JGTC cars all the way up to the top tier of the mid-engined rear drive stuff like, well, the aforementioned GT40 road car from last time. Ooh, okay, we're going to have a bit of a weird issue there. Let's try and stop the tyres from smoking, that probably helps. It's sort of going to try and spin all of its power away at the back wheels, which isn't good, and of course it doesn't like the grass, as I really should have expected from this vehicle. It does seem awfully quick though. Ooh, feels kind of floaty, which isn't particularly good. Anyways, there we go, that's that sort of first feel lap over and done with. I think we're going to try and tarmac a little bit of understeer, or just a poor turning circle, not really sure which one it was there. There we go, sort of trying to be a little bit sort of cautious for now, while I try and feel out the ZZ2. Does seem to be doing pretty well though, as we rush it to the line of 31.380. So I mean that's about on par with the NSX JGTC cars, which, yeah, I mean that makes sense, as it's got. Actually no, the NSX JGTC cars are a bit more powerful, probably weigh a bit more though, so yeah, I guess in that aspect it might be a little bit better. Right. Of course, as I said, maybe not quite there on the top caliber of the mid-engine cars. I'm sort of figuring out that the best mid-engine cars in this game are sort of the older, more mature American vehicles. Ironically, those that weigh more do a little bit better, or feel like they weigh more. You know, the GT40 and the Vector, not exactly heavy cars. Well, the Vector might be. But the GT40 wasn't, but it sort of felt a bit more heavy because it's a bit more antique. I think those actually do a little bit better because these sort of newer mid-engine cars sort of really do just want to spin their power away. 30.889, that's a pretty good one though. Yeah, I'd be kind of curious to see how the... ooh, God. Okay, that's not what we wanted. I'd be kind of curious to see how the updated ZZ2 that we see in Gran Turismo 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and... well, not Sport, because Sport has no cars, but there we go. Yeah, I'd be interested to see how that does around here, because that has four-wheel drive. You know, mid-engine four-wheel drive, 540-odd horsepower. I don't think we have too much in the way of mid-engine four-wheel drive cars in this game. I can't really think of any off the top of my head, apart from, you know, the Scudo and whatever. But... yeah, I'm not going to trouble myself too much because I need to actually make this thing have a pretty good final showing, which I'm not going to do because I bumped that wall that I hate bumping. There's definitely some design improvements I'd make to this track if I was Polyphony, or if I was a competent modder. Yeah, we're not going to go any quicker. This is actually quite a tough, challenging car to drive. I like it how everything that the Gran Turismo sort of fanbase swears by, the GT40 and the ZZ2. Neither car have been particularly great around this track, in my opinion. You know, they've done pretty well time-wise and everything, but, like, actual to drive and stuff, they're not amazingly good. But there you go. That's the ZZ2, a 30.889. Not a terrible time. Apparently the fourth lap was ultimately the quickest. I don't really know if I could have really got that much quicker, because it's just such an odd, weird car to drive. But there you go. Let's go see where it places on our leaderboard anyway. On to the leaderboard then, and the Tommykaira ZZ2 goes into 42nd place with a 30.889, beats out the Espace F1, Golf Mark IV, the NSX race cars, does lose out to the R33, RX-7 and the Impreza sedan and the Vector M12, so old does indeed beat new, but as far as race cars go, especially mid-engine rear drive ones, that's not a bad time. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Hot Lap Classic. As always, if you want to request cars for this series, you can do so in the comment section and go into the description for a full request list form. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, farewell.